Hi everyone, it's Natalie here. So I've got this wonderful new deck which I've been playing with a lot lately. And I should have grabbed this before I started trying to film, but you know how it goes. It's the Tarot of the Sidhe by Emily Carding. And it is a Schiffer red feathered deck, but I think was published before they went to their current way of doing things. So you've got this lovely, thumb holds for this deck and so forth. And as I'd explained in my last video, I've edged them in purple because purple feels right. And it picks up that lovely bit of purple here in their glyph, in the glyph of the Sidhe. So in the book that comes with the deck, the Tarot of the Sidhe, there are several spreads at the back. Most places, most decks will offer some kind of a 3-card spread. This one offers a pentagram career spread, the hexagram relationship spread, and the septagram spread of the whole self. So I thought it would be fun to do. It would be weird to do a relationship spread for the video because that would be weird. But to do the pentagram career spread and the septagram spread of the whole self, I thought would be really fun. So today I'm going to just focus on this pentagram career spread. So it looks just like a pentagram if you were if you were starting from the top, and then drawing your pentagram like that. And then it shows what all of the different pentagrams stand, what all of the positions stand for. Okay. So the first card is the querent's aims. Could be a job, a promotion, financial gain, or simply to be content. Content, yes. If dealing with health issues, could relate to a state or fitness or to state of fitness or physical discipline. Sorry. So that said, let's shuffle the cards and see if we can get our first one. Ooh. Okay, so I had a jumper, and it is Dancer 6, Born of Joy, which is so beautiful. That beautifully, wow, that's really lovely to see. Absolutely, that represents my aims. Yeah. The 6 of, this would be Dancer. Yeah, this would be 6 of Cups. This would be 6 of Cups. So I guess that means finding kind of a childlike joy in the work that I do. Maybe like a childlike wonder and excitement about what it is that I do, which is definitely what I have. And what I want from my career. What I think is interesting too is the way in which this, are they holding space for this person to go up and transcend or ascend, or are they holding space to catch them while they're descending? Either way, the light is shining out of that person and that being, which is so beautiful. I kind of really need to look and see. I'm just like that. I love to read the book. I do want to see what she says about, this is Dancer 6. Yeah, nostalgia, fond memories, childhood contentment, safety, reunion. Yeah, that's interesting. That's kind of true. That is kind of true, is to have that kind of childlike ability to play make-believe in what I'm doing. And that's kind of the job of being a tarot reader. I think the more childlike in some ways that you are as you approach the cards, the more beautiful the spread turns out. Okay, so that's card number 1. Okay, that's better. I just opened the blinds like right in front of me, which is a little bit easier. I keep them closed because the neighbors are they have some things going on. So yeah, I just don't want the neighbors looking in my room and judging me, really. Like, why is she in there talking to herself? So the second, I should look at what the second one is. So the second one is obstacles. Very simply, what must be overcome in order to achieve the aims? Oh, wow. Oh, my God. That's so true. Okay, effort sustained. Maker 7. Yeah, the obstacle is really finding contentment and finding that kind of childlike joy and happiness in the work I do. It's going to come through sustained efforts. It's really the truth, because the more I continue to make those efforts and ground it, interesting that this was a pentacle card. The more I continue to ground what I do in reality and really put forth the effort, the more, the more things are going to be put into place. But actually being able to do that because of needing to just have enough money, that's been kind of challenging. I've had to take on a lot of different lines of, streams of income to make ends meet. So that is an obstacle. So I guess I have sustained effort at earning money. And actually just doing that and knowing that I'm moving towards my goal makes me happy. So I'm like actually really grateful for everything that I'm earning right now. Next step is the third one, a suggested action or advice for the next step to take in achieving the aim. So what is my next step, please, deck? So the next step forward is Maker 4, the greedy tree. The greedy tree. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's hard for me to do. Okay, clearly. So yeah, the keywords here: greed, overprotective, stability, static, oppressive, selfish, fear of loss. When one great tree keeps all the light and rain to feed its greedy might, then no new life may grow around, leaving sad and empty ground. Wow. I'm going to have to contemplate on this one. I don't get whether it's that I should not be as giving. Maybe it'll make sense in the context of the other cards. Don't be as giving or don't be as selfish. And I struggle to know sometimes whether I'm being too closed off and keeping too much to myself, or whether I'm giving too much. Yeah. It's funny because if you're somebody who is very naturally giving and generous, you can get into some trouble that way. And maybe that's what's keeping me from sustaining effort, is that I think, oh, but I'll just do this one thing and I'll go in and, even though I really need to put the effort toward my business today, I know that one of my favorite students, whose name I can't say on camera because just in case, but I just love this kid. Maybe I'll go in and work for the school tomorrow because that'll mean spending my day with my favorite kid. And really what I probably needed to do was something else. So probably it's about like, where do I put my efforts in order to ensure that I'm not like spending, to make sure that I'm not expending energy in a way that's not helpful. Does that make sense? Spending energy in a way that's, I don't know, maybe I just need to keep my resources, hold my resources close a little bit more and guard my time and effort and energy with greater care. Maybe that's what it is, because that would help me sustain the effort. Okay. I don't know. I've spent a lot of time, it sounds funny, I've spent a lot of time in my life, that's hard for me to look at because, yeah, if you are a naturally giving person, a lot of you know this. You already know this because of the way that you are. You will know. If you're somebody who loves other people and you give very freely, the minute that you say, no, wait, I actually have to have a boundary here, people lose their shit over it. So it can be really tough because then they make you feel guilty and horrible. If you say simply like, this isn't possible for me to do right now. I really need to take the time to do other things. It's hard. Okay. Especially if you want to do good and be a good person, right? Okay. Past influences. So these would be factors from the querent's past which may affect the situation. Okay, this one was popping out to the side. Oh, Lord. Okay. So if ever there was a question as to like which one it was. Now I know. All right. The past influences are is generosity. Yeah. Generosity. Okay. So let's just see. Let me look it up. So charity, exchange, giving, balance, sustainability, karma, fair trade. Yeah. Yeah, past influence. And also I'm in a place where I can do these things because I've also been the recipient of past generosity. So I really just need to examine, the flow of energy a little bit more and make sure that I'm giving gratitude, I think, for the things that I've received, as well as looking at whether I'm being actually guided. I feel like I am, because I was kind of questioning, like, is it about needing, well, but it's so hard to read. Is it about being more generous, or is it about pulling back? Moving to card 5, near future. Most likely result in the near future based on current influences and patterns. Oh boy. So what's coming in the near future besides a sunset? It's not even 7 o'clock. Okay. So I'm back again, and I just had to turn the light back on, and that gave me the opportunity to shut the blinds because I did get the look from the neighbor. Not that I really care, but I also don't want my neighbors to be afraid of me. And I've kind of made them a little bit afraid of me already. Not by any means that I intended, but just because I'm not, one of these things is not like the others. Anyway, okay, so they're pretty straight-laced. So, moving forward, labor's fruit. We're watching my career spread is the whole suit of pentacles. This is outrageous. So, near future most likely results in the future based on current current influences and patterns. You can tell I've been at school all day. Working with teenagers. Okay. Maker 3. So it's about achievement, reward, results, pride, craft, practice, and display. Wow, this is kind of nice. These little sing-songy, fey sounding verses that are in the book are kind of weird for me, and uncomfortable. But this one's kind of nice. So with will and thought and hands as one, obstacles may, here we go. It's all funny. Obstacles may be overcome, and from a lost and arid space, effort's bloom shows her lovely face. Yay! So that's a nice, wow, that's really nice. So basically, as my former directing mentor used to say to us all the time, just keep buggering on. Just keep buggering on. It's what you have to keep doing. Yeah, so number 6, the core issue. So this central card affects the energy of all the others and gives you an idea of what is really motivating the querent and what spiritual lesson they're currently learning. That's right. That's one of the big reasons why I was like, ooh, I love this spread. I might use this one and incorporate it in my work. What a cool spread. Okay, so what spiritual lesson I'm currently learning and how it influences all of the other cards. Okay, so what's at the core, please, deck? What's the core influence? What is at the core? So, the great task. That's big. I totally, I'm just gobsmacked. That's big. That's definitely how I feel it. And it's interesting when I look at all of, it's so cool when I look at all of the cards here to get a sense of how those fit together. It's fascinating. Right. So responsibility, greater good, spiritual mission, sacrifice, and burdens. Oh my God. Jeez. Who thinks of the sacrifice as they cross? Who weeps for knowledge of the bridge's loss? He knows the task is worth the pain. His suffering is for a greater gain. Wow. It's a lot to take in. You know when you just get a deck that just is really talking directly to you and it doesn't pull any punches and it just like it knows you inside and out and lays it all out for you? I'm definitely having that moment. So, yeah, that's a lot. So, yeah, I mean, that's definitely how I experience, definitely how I experience all of this from that place. And I've been thinking this a lot lately, that the reason I left teaching, and I never thought I would ever get to a place in my life where teaching started to feel de-energizing. But increasingly it has, at least teaching in traditional environments. So, in the university system, I can't think of going back to that. And it is tiring. It does seem to wear on me because it's not the purpose anymore. And so the tie of energy to it that used to bring me a lot of energy and kind of energize me moving forward is no longer there. Because the bridge to that has been burned the minute I accepted the mission, and the task. So, wow. Yeah, it's deep because I had this experience several years ago where I basically knew that I was called to do the work that I'm doing now, both as, I thought it was just to be an end-of-life doula, but I'm starting to see that it's actually, it's bigger. It's bigger. It's why I was so hung up on becoming a monastic for so long, because it was about spiritual path. So it's no longer just about a career path. It's about taking a spiritual path and making that solid, making it really solid. So when I look at it from this position, yeah, if I can find a way to bring greater joy, to the way that I approach it and a kind of childlike innocence, I would need that in order to take on this task. It's necessary. That would, let's see, how did she phrase it? She put it as the aim, right? So what do I want out of it? I need to find a way to dance with it. I need to find a way to find balance. It's a 6. Balance, joy, ease, and contentment, and a childlike approach, a beginning mind approach. Yeah, so that it's sustainable. And so that the work is good, so that the work yields what it needs to. Um, so yeah, and at the moment, kind of keeping at it, and moving forward has been an obstacle. And actually, it doesn't have to be. I can easily sustain the effort and just remove some obstacles. I can see already, like, what some of those might be. And then 4, yeah, next step, make time. Woo, woo, hello. Make time for it. Guard my time. Guard what resources I have so that I can put them toward what I need to do. Because my past influences in moving forward, while I've been the recipient of great generosity, from people who've mentored me, from my family, from various people, again, it's about where do I put those resources? Where am I generous? How am I generous? With whom am I generous? And also to be grateful for that generosity. And then what do I get? The fruits that I yield are, the fruit of my labors. So the efforts, making those efforts will pay off. Making those efforts will pay off. Wow. What a deep spread. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Really cool spread. I mean, I feel like it would be okay to just put like what the positions are and rephrase them, as long as I credit where it came from. So I will probably do something like that in the box below. So if you want to try the spread, you would be able to do that. Okay. Wow. Thanks, everybody. What an exciting turn of events. And as always, I'm so grateful for having all of you here. And this always feels to me like it's well worth my time and effort. And it's definitely part of it's definitely part of the effort sustained, is continuing to come back and do readings and share the journey, share what I'm learning, share what I'm finding out. And offer some of the fruits of my labors, as I go. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'll see you soon.